Hello gamers, what's happening? Today we're gonna play through the demo of a game called Romancin Dudes. I wonder what it's about. From what I've heard, the demo is supposed to be really humorous and really fun, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. I'm really excited because I love these kind of games, but it's supposed to be kind of like a spoofy take on sort of the stereotypical Otome or dating sim game, so let's see what it has to offer. Okay. I'm sorry, you're just not edgy enough for me. Those are the words I hear as I get rejected for the 28th time this year. Holy crap. This one's name was, well, that's not important. All you need to know is that he's the edgiest guy at school. Like, someone please get me the sandpaper so I can doll this boy down kind of edge. As I watch him walk out of the courtyard and leave school, obviously school is just a societal construct and he'll have no part in that, I mentally cross him off my list of potential matches. My growing tally of failed conquests is beginning to give my self-esteem a beating. The Genki guy, the emo guy. I've taken a shot at the Shota as a last-ditch effort before prom. Just last week I was rejected for not being athletic enough, not being hipster enough, and most memorably of all, not being Yuri sexy kawaii enough. But I haven't lost hope. There are still a few more guys that I can think of that I haven't tried yet, so I'm not gonna give up yet. I was created to be the main character of an Otome, and I'll be damned if I don't play out that role. Well, go get him, girl. I hastily make my way back to the homeroom. Even if class has already started, the teacher shouldn't be too surprised. Since I'm the main character, I'm pretty much always late for school. As I sit down in my chair, I take out my folder of pursuable guys and start flipping through the files. Most of them have been X'd out, the stinging proof of my many bitter defeats. Not like I'm discouraged or anything. I'm sure even Genghis Khan had some failed conquests. At least I think so anyway. History has never been my forte. I can just tell by that face. You got dumped again? This is Stacia Ex Machina, my best friend. She shows up every once in a while when it has relevance to the plot. I wasn't dumped. To be dumped, I'd have to have been picked up first. A solid argument, but not one that I particularly like using. Who was it this time? I forget his name, but if he were a superhero, he'd be called Anti-Establishment Man. Oh my god, really? You asked that guy out? The guy who tried to run for town mayor last year just so he could have a soapbox to promote anarchy? Yep, that's the one. The guy who drew a teardrop on his face and pretended it was a tattoo for 6 months before he accidentally washed it off? That's him. The guy that, okay, I get it. Do you really though? The last guy you asked out wasn't much better. Let's not talk about him. Even I regret going for that one. I'm just saying, Bobka, you don't exactly have a good record when it comes to choosing guys. You don't have to chase after anyone with a pretty face and a pulse. Don't you have standards? A type? My type is anyone who likes me. Duh. You have to stop trying so hard. Hasn't anyone told you that love will find you when you least expect it? That's bullshit that hot people say as they watch people throw themselves at their feet. I can't argue with that one. I'm sure it's real easy to think that way when all you have to do is pick a name out of a hat and instantly have your one true love. If plebs like you and I want love, we gotta chase after it with every inch of our being. There's seriously no winning with you, is there? I don't think you could call confessing to random strangers love. Someday, somebody will love you for who you are, I promise, so just take it easy, will ya? Yeah, that's great and all, but I can't take that risk. Oops. We're so close to graduating. What if high school ends and I still don't have a boyfriend? My life might as well be over. And to the two squabbling in the back of the room, I would ask if they could kindly shut up, please. Our teacher smiles at us, but her words have poison in them. I face forward again and pretend to pay attention. I transferred to school when the development team for the stupid Otome game that I was originally cast in, which I can't name due to the terms of my release contract, decided that I was too stereotypical for them. Too stereotypical, my ass. I hope they lose funding and I'll get into freaky yachting accidents. Anyway, everyone at school is here because of similar reasons. Like that edgy guy I propositioned earlier. His tragic backstory was so cliche, it could have been a 12-year-old fan fiction writer's wet dream. Even though I may have been kicked from my project, I'm not about to give up. With some people, they just know that they're meant to be. Like those professional dancers on TV who are like, yeah, I've been dancing better than you since I was in my mother's womb. I just knew I was destined to be a dancer. Well, that's me as an Otome game heroine. I don't need some corporate suits telling me who I can or can't be. I'll show them all up. Just watch. I barely even notice when the bell rings to go to our next class. Stacia smacks me, not very gently, over the head with her textbook, and I scramble to pack up and leave. I look at the board to see that it's filled with calculations that might as well have been encrypted hieroglyphics for all I know. I'll have to ask Stacia for this week's notes again. I'm the last one out. Before I make it out the door, Miss Teacher calls out to me. Bobka, I want you to know that just because you have main character privileges doesn't mean that you can doze through my class. Okay, give me 1 second, I have to blow my nose. Okay. Even if your life is spiraling out of control, that's no excuse for not paying attention in school. If this behavior continues, well, who knows? Terrible things happen to good people all the time, you understand? She beams at me. I see my life flash before my eyes. Yes, I'm really, really sorry. Really. Hopefully, the more reallys I add, the more convincing I sound. I truly do hope so, for your own sake. You can leave now. Maybe it's the trauma from being targeted by Miss Teacher, possibly a bad disguised Satan, but by the time I stumble into the hallway, I've completely forgotten what my next classes are. All I can see in my mind is Miss Teacher's terrifyingly sweet smile. I guess it's also a testament to how little I care about school when I can't even get to my second class of the day without a schedule. Oh well, all school is to me is a convenient gathering place for potential partners anyway. I walk through the halls with the rest of the students, hoping that I'll somehow remember where I'm going through muscle memory. It doesn't work. Soon the halls will clear out and I'll just be wandering around by myself. Then the hall monitors might catch me and toss me out into the moat filled with hungry alligators. Wait, do we even have hall monitors in this school? Ugh, whatever. I might as well go to the office and see if they can pull up a copy of my schedule or something. The office is weirdly silent when I walk in. Usually there are some nice secretaries that can help me out, but only empty desks are there to greet me. Except, I see a figure in the back room and I walk towards it. When I get close enough, I can make out that it's a guy that looks around my age. My posture instantly improves by 200%, and I hurriedly fix my hair to look at least somewhat presentable to a possible suitor. Not to knock on the nice secretaries, but this is so much better. I make my way closer in order to answer the most pressing question: is he hot dough? I peer around the door frame. I can't really see his face since he's busy writing something down. I knock lightly on the already open door to try to get his attention. He looks up at me. I stare. The answer to my question is yes. Oh, he's got pretty blue eyes. I struggle to get words out of my mouth. He just looks at me, seemingly waiting. I swallow. Hi. Smooth. All that he responds with is silence. Why isn't there anyone here? They're at a meeting. He sounds thoroughly unamused. Even so, I can appreciate the sound of his voice. Also, in case you haven't noticed, all of my voices are like the same. I'm really bad at voices, so I'm not really gonna try to make everybody's voices different, sorry. Even so, I can appreciate the sound of his voice. Let's just say that if he released an album of himself reading the dictionary, I'd buy 5 copies, and the deluxe edition. He goes back to writing whatever he was in the middle of doing before I interrupted him. Oh. I look around awkwardly. Come on, Bobka, you can save this situation. Well, what's your name? So I can add it to my reference list. This just seems to annoy him. Look, if you have something important to say, then say it. Don't waste my time with small talk. That was pretty rude. I'm just saying it like it is. You want me to lie instead? No. I search for the right words, but they don't come in time. Word vomit it is. But that doesn't mean you could at least say it in a nicer way, to make yourself seem like less of a jerk face. Hopefully that made sense. It made sense to me, Bobka. Listen. He puts his pen down and looks at me condescendingly. I understand if you're so completely entranced by my presence that you want to stay around here when you clearly don't have anything important to do. I just came here for my schedule. Is that so wrong, Mr. Prissy Pants? You're not a new student. Well, no, but... Wait, how do you know that? I'm in your grade, if you ever bothered to pay attention to your surroundings. I also happen to be the student body president, so I think I would have known if we had any fresh meat in this school. Wait a minute. You're the Case? He's so famous, but I never actually seen him in person. I should have recognized him though. There have been posters of his face everywhere during election week. Literally everywhere. Inside people's lockers, or placing the flag on the flagpole. I've heard guys complaining about how awkward it was having his face stare at them from above the urinals. That would be awkward. That's me. And I'm assuming that you've somehow forgotten your schedule, even though we're already in the last quarter of school. Maybe. So what? You've never made a stupid mistake? I'd ask that, but I'm scared the answer will be no. Sadly for you, I'm too busy to deal with these kinds of problems, nor do I particularly want to deal with yours. Wait at the front of the office where you're supposed to. The meeting should be over in a few minutes, and I'm sure someone like you wouldn't mind having an excuse to be late to your next class. I want to argue, but he's not exactly wrong. I sit awkwardly in the chairs in the front office, but no secretary comes. Oh, that bell is really loud in my headphones. The bell rings and I look back and see Case still writing, not acknowledging my exit at all. I feel like I've been ruthlessly abandoned by the public education system. I'm back in the halls with a sea of students, all looking like they'd rather be anywhere than here. Since I'm completely lost at this point, I need to find somewhere I can seek refuge for the time being. The cafeteria is completely empty right now. If I went there, I'd be kicked out immediately, and my possibly non-existent parents might even be notified. Hiding in a bathroom stall for the rest of the day sounds extremely uncomfortable. I guess the school roof is as good a place as any. It's way too cold outside. What happened to warm spring days? That's what I want to know, Bobka. It is freaking cold outside right now. I make my way over to the edge and look down onto the courtyard below. The few people walking around below look like ants from this height. Getting rejected, being threatened by my teacher, losing my schedule. Today is shaping up to be a pretty terrible day. You won't die. I turn around and see a guy sitting by himself in the corner of the rooftop. He's watching me apathetically. Oh, he's got purple eyes. Very nice. What? I'm saying if you jump from there, you're not gonna die. Maybe you'd break a couple bones or something, but that's it. I wasn't planning on jumping. Oh, well then never mind, that's no fun. If you're not jumping, can you just leave? Why would you think I was about to jump? That's usually the only reason people think to come up here. It gets kinda cold. Who are you? Why do you want to know? No reason. He squints at me a little. Wait, aren't you that weird chick that asked out all of the upperclassmen in freshman year? No, I absolutely am that chick. He leans in closer and I can more clearly make out the details of his face. Not bad at all. 10 out of 10 would romance. You are, aren't you? I heard that you wear that stupid outfit every day. What school's uniform even is that? Oh, this? I got it online. What, are you role-playing or something? I sniff, feeling important. No, it's what I'm supposed to wear. I'm the main character of an Otome. A what? An Otome. What the fuck is an Otome? Never mind, it's got nothing to do with you. Yet. What was that? Nothing. Weirdo. How about we start this meeting over? My name's Bobka, what's yours? If I tell you, will you stop talking to me? Maybe. Roy, now kindly get the hell off my roof. Shut up, I've had this place to myself for the entire year until you had to come up and ruin it. That's like a 5-year-old's logic. Logical enough for me to use it to get you out of my face. That doesn't even... Roy dramatically puts in his earphones and starts humming loudly. He's probably not even listening to anything. Oh, that dang bell again. I hear the bell ring and I shoot him a dark look. I'm not leaving because you told me to. Yeah, whatever. I make it through the rest of the day without any other uncomfortable situations. I sneak out of school, making sure not to get caught by any of the teachers I was supposed to have classes with. It's not like this is the first time I've skipped, but even I can feel some shreds of guilt. I arrive home and fumble around for my key. Shit. I put my bag down on the front porch and search through it frantically, hoping that somehow it'll pop out of nowhere. My on and off parents don't get home from work until late, and I'd rather not have to sit outside like a burglar scouting out my own house. I left my phone in my room to charge this morning too. Ugh. I seem to recall something about my mom saying that our neighbor having a spare key. That's not right. I totally might just be making that up out of desperation, but it's at least worth a shot. I scuttle over to the neighbor's house and ring the doorbell. I don't remember the last time I've been over here. I'm not even sure who lives here anymore. I vaguely remember getting a Christmas card from them a few years back. It had a little plane drawn on it, and it had been signed... God, what had the name been? After about 5 minutes, the door cracks open. I see an eye peering from behind it, looking me over. There's a pause, and then the door opens. Oh, I dig the aviator goggles. A boy appears. He looks like he just rolled out of bed after a decade-long nap. Hi, do you live here? The boy just stares at me like I'm the strangest thing he's ever seen. To be fair, I guess it was a pretty dumb question. Sorry. I laugh awkwardly. Ha 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 ha. I actually got locked out of my house. Do you happen to know if you have a spare key? I don't know why, but I think I remember my mom saying... Suddenly he steps back and retreats into the house, shutting the door firmly behind him. What? I hear his muffled voice from behind the door. I'm sorry, it appears that there is nobody home at this time to help you. Please try elsewhere. Where is elsewhere? What is he, a customer service operator? Does the neighbor I didn't even know existed hate me for some reason? Maybe I accidentally killed his cat while I was sleeping? Look, I'm kind of stuck here, and I really don't want to have to wait outside until like midnight when my parents get back. Could I come in to use your phone at least? The door opens again. There's an old proverb that says that if you let a strange girl into your house, you will be cursed for 20 lifetimes. You clearly just made that up. He doesn't seem fazed. Please hold. He retreats back into the house. Oh, should I take a peek into the house or sit down? I'll just wait on the porch. My legs are so tired. It's not like I've been walking a lot, but this entire day has just been needlessly exhausting. I feel a pang of something like deja vu. Why do I feel like I've been here before? I hear the sound of footsteps. This boy returns with an extremely old-fashioned dial phone. The attached cable runs all the way back for what seems like miles. Thanks! But first, Rumpelstiltskin. What? What is my name? Ferdinand? Why Ferdinand? I don't know. You look like a Ferdinand. No, I don't. You're right. You really don't. Silence. I will let you use the phone anyway. But only if you promise not to forget my name again. My name is Lionel. I was close. I take the phone off of his hands. He watches me with a vaguely interested expression while I struggle to remember my mom's number. I'm gonna take a drink of water. She picks up on the first ring. Yeah, hi Mom. I'm locked out. Where's the spare key again? No, probably not. What? What do you mean you're not gonna tell me? That's wait, Mom! Mom! I stare at the phone, flabbergasted, and then my neighbor, who's still watching me. She hung up on me. Leo laughs. Dude, that's not funny. She threw a hissy fit when I said that she probably wasn't important enough to make an actual appearance in the game, and then refused to tell me where the spare key is. What the hell? Like mother, like daughter, more like? What did you just say? Is this what you're looking for? He He reaches into his collar and pulls out a key that he's been wearing around his neck. You had it all along? His smile grew, not even a sign of guilt there. It appears so, doesn't it? Can I have it? Maybe. This is infuriating. Look, I just want the key to my own house, which you have for some godforsaken reason. Is that too much to ask? Maybe. I glare at him. Judging from his expression, he doesn't seem to be doing it to annoy me, though. He looks like he has some real reservations about handing off the key. Okay, how about I borrow it for like 2 minutes to just unlock the door to my house, and then I can run over here and give it back right away. He ponders for a minute, and then nods. Tentatively, he drops the key into my outstretched hand. I'll be right back, I swear. I jog over to my place and let myself in. I check my room to make sure that my house key and phone are still there, and then make my way over to the house next door. The door is closed again. On the ground there's an envelope and a post-it note that reads, "Please place key inside envelope and drop it through the doggy flap. Thank you, and have a nice life." What a weird kid. I kinda like him. I dig his goggles. Back in my room, I can finally relax. I definitely need a second to recoup after today. Let's see. I met 3 above-average boys today, which can only mean that the hundreds of pennies I've thrown into wishing wells are finally starting to show results. It's about time. But now there's so much planning to do. What's my plan of attack? Who am I going to go after? What should I say next time I meet him? I'm so excited I can barely sleep. The next morning, I get ready at light speed and run to school feeling motivated after yesterday's fresh rejection. You think you can beat me down, world? Well, guess what? It ain't gonna happen. I do what I want. I am the almighty Babaka. The motivational speech probably could have waited. I'm staying in front of a closed school because schools do tend to close on Saturdays. No point in being embarrassed. Where do I go now? Oh boy. So I'm guessing this one would go to Case, this one goes to Roy, and then this one would be Lionel. I like the Case's blue eyes. Let's go see if the Case is here. Wow, I didn't even know we had a public library in this town. You learn something new every day. I awkwardly shuffle in, glancing around guiltily, as if somebody's going to jump up and point me out as somebody who didn't belong. It's quiet. Who'd have thought? Quiet in a library. I walk down the shelves of books, reading the genre labels as I go. Young adult fiction, non-fiction, books on everything from college to gardening to the Vietnam War. I stop in my tracks and do a double take. Oh, and look who it is! Peering down the aisle, I see a familiar person sitting in the study section with his school laptop. It's the Case! Seeing him outside of school feels like catching sight of a unicorn. Until yesterday, I wasn't even sure that he was a real person. I inch closer to check up on what he's doing. Closer until I feel I'm standing 3 feet behind him. Sneaking up to people is generally considered a socially impolite thing to do, just in case you never learned that in all your years of elementary education. I stop in my tracks, but Case doesn't even bother to look back at me. What are you doing here? I think the fact that you're here is a bigger mystery. Are you even literate? Hey, I read. Yes, the children's section is over there. Oh my gosh, what a jerk. He points to the left. Smug little smile on his stupid face. I glare at him. Are you always this rude to people? Do you always try to creep up on people? So the answer is yes. Case looks at me like he's not sure whether he's supposed to laugh or not. Then he seems to realize something. Oh, you're that girl, aren't you? The one who's unhealthily obsessed with the idea of getting a boyfriend. I've heard all about you. Yep, that's me. No shame. So, is that your only character trait? That you're looking for a boyfriend? Why do you ask? Are you planning on sending in an application? Because my inbox is filling up pretty fast. Psh, please, you're too funny. He isn't laughing. That seems like a terrible goal, though. What happens after you get a boyfriend, assuming that you ever save enough money to buy one? Ha ha. And once I get a boyfriend, there'll be a time skip, and then we'll be at our wedding, obviously. Kay seems to be struggling to find a reply. I don't think that's how it works. What are you talking about? That's how Otome games work. Maybe, but that's not how life works. I'd appreciate it if you didn't try to drag me in as one of the characters in your dumb game. What did you just say? This isn't some dumb game. It's an entangling of fate, a masterful orchestration of romance and drama and destiny. More importantly, it's a lifestyle. My lifestyle, and who are you to talk down on the mighty Otome like that? You should be honored to be included as a character. Case seems completely unmoved by my outburst. Well then, is part of this elite lifestyle disturbing the peace in libraries? I look around to see several people sending me looks of disdain. Maybe I'd raised my voice a little too much. Not really. He smirks and turns back to his computer. What are you working on? You come here. That sounds so cliche. We're gonna go with, what are you working on? Oh, so you're interested in my work now? I never said I wasn't. I'm relatively sure that you're taking every opportunity you get to diss me implies that you should not be here. Okay, smartass. It was an innocent question. I was told to handle some of the managerial tasks for our class's graduation ceremony. He pushes a paper in my direction. This says that you have to compile the data in an Excel file. And? Then why are you doing it in Notepad? Case freezes. I think I can see him turning red. Aw, he looks so cute with his little blush. I'm just doing this first for convenience. What? How could that possibly be more convenient? Don't you have something better to do than watch me work? No. Well, can you find something? You're acting really suspicious. Case stops what he's doing and turns to face me. What I do is none of your business. Can you understand that much? Hey, your computer's about to die. What? How do you know? The monitor light just dimmed and the battery symbol on the bottom right-hand corner is red. Case looked back at his computer and his eyes widened a little. Oh, so that's what... He stops himself short. Don't tell me. You don't know how to use computers? Of course I do. What do you take me for? But the hasty denial only makes it more obvious. Wow, seriously? But what about... I gesture at his glasses. What about it? Oh, look it. The prince is getting a bit sassy. I can help you if you want. Case blinks, seemingly taken aback by the suggestion. You? Help me? I think I'd rather run around town naked. Well then, you'd better start stripping now. Your computer doesn't look like it has much time left, and if you don't even know how to charge it, I doubt you know how to save your file. You want all of your work to be erased because of your dumb pride? At this point, I think he realizes the hopelessness of his situation. Fine. His response is curt and icy. I I can't help but smile. Score 1 from me. I lean over and take the mouse. You'll probably have like 10 minutes left on this thing before it shuts down. Look, it's easy. Just go to the File tab and then hit save and press OK to whatever comes after that. Then it should save the file to the desktop. Seriously, even my 6-year-old cousin knows how to do this. In the future, this will probably be simple stuff to like fetuses. I almost recoil in horror when I see that the only programs he has on his desktop are the trash can, notepad, Horton antivirus, and Internet Exploder. Are you comparing me to a fetus? Yes, you are literally less competent than a fetus. But really, how have you lived so far without learning how to use computers? Didn't you take computer classes in middle school? The teachers just let me skip them. What? Why? They assumed that I knew everything about them because I wore glasses. That sounds reasonable. Well, my work here is done. I stand up and look down at him with a highly unattractive sneer. Remember this moment, Case Sterling, as my decisive victory over you. Well, at least you're not completely useless. What? Not even a thank you? I can't find a reason to want to. He packs his bag faster than I thought was humanly possible and makes a beeline for the door. I swear I could hear him muttering to himself the whole way. As I watch him leave, I grin at the redness of his ears. The infuriating sound of my cell phone ringing jerks me awake. Hello? Hey, Bobka, did you just wake up? I look at the clock. 3 p.m. No. What a liar. You want to hang out or go back to sleep? I wasn't sleeping. I don't sound convincing at all. Should I go over to your house? Nah, I was just picking up something near your place, so I'm already nearby. I'll be there in a sec. Okay, see ya. The second I end the call, my doorbell rings. What the? Exactly how close was she? Sup? I came by yesterday morning, but you weren't here. Yeah, I forgot it was Saturday and I ended up going to school. Seriously? What'd you do when you got there? Actually, I ran into Case. What? You actually saw him? Like, in real life? I thought he was just some stock photo that the school found on Google Images and then used as a poster boy. Nope, he's real alright. I was surprised too. I've always thought his face was kinda nice though. I'd add him to my online shopping cart if you know what I mean. No, and that was the dumbest euphemism for anything that I've ever heard. That's fresh coming from you. In any case, I think he has potential. Really? Him? Okay, so I don't know about potential per se, but I'm running out of time and I'm going to take this meeting as a sign of mercy from God, okay? Are you really sure about this? I have it all figured out. Look. I pull out my math notebook from my desk and open it to the most recently used page. The total population of this town is around 10,000. Probably half of that is men, so that's 5,000. I'm not that flexible on ages, but I'll give everyone between 16 and 19 a shot, so that's gotta be at least 1,000, right? And then you gotta separate that group from how attractive these guys are, that's gotta be less than 500, and then you gotta take out the amount of guys who are already taken or gay. Now I've asked out around 30 guys a year since middle school. How many guys do you think that leaves me to work with? God damn it, Bobka, I thought you were actually taking notes during math class. Ha, very funny. Like that would ever happen. Fine, do what you want. Stacia just shakes her head and changes the subject to the new iguana her cousin smuggled over from the Galapagos. Oh, that was an abrupt end. Okay. So, wow, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I really like that. The art style is really pretty. I actually thought it was really funny, too. As a spoof on Otome games, which I really generally enjoy. I think actually the release date for the game was set to be this month, but the last time I checked it still hadn't come out yet. I don't know if they've run into problems or anything like that. But anyway, you can download the demo to play for yourself. You can check out the other paths. You could see Lionel, or you could go check out Roy's path. I'll post a link to the Itch.io page down in the description. As always, I'll post links down there for my blog, my social media too. Make sure you like and subscribe, because I'm going to be doing more of these. And thanks for watching, and until next time, happy gaming!